This time on Monkey Thieves, the Galta Gang elite pull off a cool house burglary. The streets of Jaipur get much more dangerous as monkey catchers multiply. And Zamir gets more than he bargained for when he tangles with a truck. It's Tuesday morning and an early start for Queen Rani and the homeless Galta Gang elite. Alpha male Kamal is in the doghouse since he let an army of langurs take over their temple home. The down-and-out troop make their way deeper into the heart of Jaipur's pink city. Suddenly, Rani recognizes a familiar sound floating through the waking streets. The rest of the group hear it too. Everyone perks up. To these former temple residents, the sound of worship means only one thing: food. Plenty of other hungry souls have come to the same conclusion, and Rani sees this is the place to be for a free meal. Chandpol Temple is one of the oldest and most famous Hindu temples in the city. Tuesday is one of its busiest days, when as many as 80,000 people come here to pay their respects to Hanuman, the monkey god. And with no better way of honoring the deity than feeding his living incarnations, Rani senses her luck could be in at last. Someone else is also early to rise. Dana Lal, the city monkey catcher, is one of Jaipur's busiest men. His is one of the few businesses unaffected by the recent economic slump. Stories of monkeys getting one up on their human neighbors continue to flood India. So the demand for monkey catchers is rising. And Dana Lal plans to meet that demand. But trapping monkeys is not top of his to-do list this morning. It is Tuesday, the day devoted to Hanuman, the monkey god, and Dana's cages are safely packed away. Instead, he focuses on a different pack of primates. This troop of teenagers are Dana Lal's newest recruits, and they are eager to start their training. With so much monkey crime on the city streets, monkey catching is a sound career choice. For these wannabe primate police, prospects are good. But the forecast may not be so bright for their troublesome targets. At Chandpol Temple, in the heart of the city, Rani and the Galta Gang sisterhood tuck into their first proper meal for days. This patch has potential, and it's just the sort of place the gang could get used to calling home. But they aren't the only monkeys in the know. An approaching bachelor troupe are hungry after a boys' night out on the tiles, painting the pink city red. Chandpole is one of their regular fueling stations, so they often drop by. And this morning, there is something extra on the menu. A posse of pretty ladies is a special treat. The bachelor boys spread across the surrounding rooftops to get a better view. Queen Rani only has eyes for food, so she searches for a spot to settle down to breakfast. But the other females are suddenly distracted. The sisterhood are always on the lookout for handsome new troop recruits, so these big, strong strangers are an inviting prospect. Kamal does not keep the watchful eye on his troop that a good leader should, but gives his breakfast his undivided attention. He doesn't notice the bachelor boys move in. Pulling a face called the pucker is a male macaque's way of saying, "Do you come here often?" Trying to seduce these females right under the alpha male's nose is a risky business. But for a male on the make, the rewards can be worth it. To an ambitious outsider who plays his cards right, a flirtatious female can provide the way in to a new troop. But in the macaque world, things are never that straightforward. Finally, King Kamal wises up. All the monkeys tense as they sense a brawl about to break out. Rani's screams are a clear sign she wants her partner to display his dominance. But Kamal is too scared to fight, and instead turns tail and slopes off down the back streets, away from the temple and breakfast. His troop reluctantly tag along. One of the females signals to the bachelor troop that they are welcome to follow. But breakfast trumps romance this morning, and the boys stay put. Kamal's blown the Galta Gang's chances of settling in a new temple territory. If his troop are to survive on the street, their leader will need to toughen up. "60 miles north of the city, another bachelor enjoys the good life. Former Galta Gang member Zamir now lives on the periphery of a rural macaque troop near Sariska. He arrived here 8 months ago, courtesy of Jaipur's monkey catcher, and soon discovered that there's nothing backward about this backwards gang. Country macaques are just as crafty as their city cousins. And Zamir has picked up plenty of tips that make rustic living plain sailing. But now it's his turn to teach. The troop approach a roadside, and the rumble of engines strikes a chord with Zamir. At first glance, these metal machines seem to hold no interest for a macaque. But Zamir's city knowledge tells him that under tarpaulins, treats often lie. If Zamir turns up trumps and finds food for the gang, his position within the troop could skyrocket. Back in Jaipur, Dana Lal is determined to make sure more of the city's monkeys are given the same sentence as Zamir. With a whole new mob of monkey catchers on the job, he plans to rid the city of some of its craftiest criminals, as well as pull in a substantial net profit. Macaques are quick learners, so monkey catchers need to stay one step ahead if they're to stand any chance of success. But it seems these novices aren't so quick to catch on. It could be very slowly catchy monkey. Just a few blocks away, Rani resigns herself to continue roaming the treacherous streets after an interrupted breakfast. She keeps an ear to the ground for any new feeding opportunities, as well as an eye out for danger. But danger is the last thing on the mind of her plucky little son, TJ. To him, the city alleyways are still full of promise and excitement. Although just 8 months old, TJ is growing into a strong-willed little macaque. He seems to take after his father, the old troop leader, Tarak. He spends less time with Rani each day, although it'll be a good few years before he's ready to leave the safety of the troop and join a bachelor group himself. But any skills he can perfect now will stand him in good stead for the future. Getting a grip on city life and holding your own with the rest of Jaipur's wildlife are important qualifications for a bachelor male in the making. TJ puts in some practice. Troop leader Kamal sets a pathetic example, while Benita shows her young brother TJ how she keeps the livestock in its place. But little TJ seems more intent on making friends than picking a fight. It isn't long before he proves to the rest of the gang that a macaque's best friend is his hog. This budding buckaroo finds pig-hopping hungry work. But when he realizes there's not even a flea on the menu, he's soon back on board with his mum's food-finding objective. At a roadside truck stop far north of Jaipur, Zamir's country troop get a crash course in vehicle crime. 2 million miles of tarmac make up India's vast road network. and long-distance lorries zigzag all over the country delivering goods. These drivers spend days at a time on the road and sleep in their cab at night. As the pair pull in to stretch their legs, Zamir realizes this could be his chance to really impress his new troupe. The drivers head off for a well-earned cup of tea. But it seems the best refreshment the monkeys can uncover is a handful of diesel-flavored dirt. Finding anything edible here could just be a pipe dream. But Zamir knows the truck's potential. He's an old hand at acquiring goods off the back of a lorry. And he soon spots an opening to do business. As the drivers relax and revive themselves, Zamir takes the opportunity to brush up his burglary skills. Others soon follow the sneak thief's lead and add yet another felony to their ever-expanding rap sheet. Zamir's plan to prove his worth is working. Back in Jaipur, another gang are also learning some new techniques. Dana Lal has been having trouble capturing his quarry. But now he's got more pairs of hands on the job. There's certainly strength in numbers. But there's also another benefit to having some new faces on his team. Monkeys around the city have learned to steer well clear of Dana Lal's pervasive profile. But the trainees are perfect strangers and are all set to catch the monkeys completely unawares. But Dana's distinctive looks aren't the only problem to overcome. It seems the monkeys recognize more than just their arch-enemy's face. One chug of his engine is enough to send them running for the rooftops. Once again, Dana Lal has a devious idea to try out. He can't catch monkeys today, but he can test new ways to silently sneak up on them. Swapping motor for muscle might be the answer. But the apprentices don't remember this being part of their job description. In a quiet suburb, Rani and her troupe scour the pavements for more to eat. No one in this neighborhood is handing out macaque snacks, so Rani's eldest daughter, Benita, indulges in a spot of window shopping. And for once, the eccentric girl seems to have got something right. An unlocked door is an open invitation to a hungry monkey. Curiosity may be disastrous for some creatures, but for macaques, it can prove to be profitable. Their inquisitive nature is crucial to their success as a species, and today, it could be the key to Benita and the rest of the gang finding lunch. The coast is clear, but so, it seems, are the kitchen shelves. But these monkey thieves are savvy enough to know that humans often hide food in odd places. And they soon discover a box of delights. Kamal's done nothing to help find this feast. But he's still alpha male, so gets to pick the best of the bunch. Nothing is ignored by this expert team of food tasters. Isha plays it cool and adds a packet of paneer to the picnic. And it seems Benita likes her eggs scrambled. The troop can't outstay their welcome. If they get caught red-handed, they're sure to get more than just a chilly reception. They take the rest of the food to go. But they might have left their getaway too late. Rani can't believe her eyes or her ears. The monkey catcher has materialized out of nowhere. And this time, he's brought reinforcements. Her troop are surrounded. The apprentices are eager to put their new skills into action. It's too good an opportunity to pass up. But Dhanalal is a stickler for the rules. And rule number 1 in his monkey catching handbook is never trap a monkey on a Tuesday. On the day dedicated to Hanuman, the monkey god, the disappointed apprentices are forced to delay their first catch, and the Galta Gang elite get away scot-free. But the troop's good fortune can't last forever. At a dusty roadside lay-by north of Jaipur, Rani's old enemy, Zamir, appears to have struck gold with his new country cronies. Looting a lorry leaves the gang licking their lips and happy to have the wily troop member along for the ride. As Zamir sizes up one last grab from the back of the truck, his future looks set to flourish. The monkey's successful day draws to an end, but the lorry drivers still have a job to do. Their cargo is due in the city, and they have a long journey ahead of them. But they're not expecting to deliver a shipment of macaque. Just when Zamir seemed to have landed squarely on his feet, the ground lurches underneath him. Zamir's countryside lifestyle has been a primate paradise. Leaving is the last thing on his mind. But now he hurtles back towards a world of traffic and takeaway food. It might be Tuesday, but it seems Hanuman, the monkey god, has turned his back on one sinful simian. Zamir's paradise is lost. Next time on Monkey Thieves, Isha gets all dressed up while her eccentric sister Benita has a run-in with the law. The monkey catcher cadets finally get to use their nets. And as night draws in, little TJ disappears.